Okay, I'm making some homebrew. This is a tin of fruit cocktail. I tried to juice it, but it just smushed up and went everywhere. I didn't get much out of it. That's what I got there. But that's going to have a lot of sugar in it for the yeast. The yeast is going to love that. I've also put some apple juice in here. I'm going to put sugar in here, and that'll be more sugar for the yeast. So this is going to be like a hooch. We've got the fruit cocktail, the juices from the fruit cocktail. We've got apple juice, we've got pineapple juice and tropical juice. And I have another apple juice in the cupboard. So we'll use about 4 litres and leave the rest for the room for it to ferment. So I'm going to get some sugar in here. Okay, so I got the sugar in there with some apple juice. I'm putting the rest of the apple juice over here. You just want a little bit in here, a little bit of liquid, you know, just to melt down the sugar. You don't need to put the full litre in there. And if you're wondering, this is caster sugar that I'm using. Just like really fine sugar. It'll melt quicker than you know, regular granulated sugar. And then proper brewing sugar is so fine. It's like icing sugar. This is looking good. Oh, that smells amazing. Like really, really tropical fruit. I've got the hydrometer there to take a reading so we can see how strong this is going to be. This is almost done. Once this is dissolved, we need to let that cool for a bit before we put it in here. Although there might be enough liquid for it to cool as it goes in. But we don't want the liquid being too hot when we put we don't want the liquid being too hot when we put the yeast in there, because that will kill the yeast and then, you know, it won't ferment. Okay, I have one more apple juice to put into here. Okay. Oops. Do you know what? I might juice an orange to put into there. Okay, let's juice an orange. Okay, going to juice this orange. Okay, so we have 300 ml of orange juice. I'm going to put this in first because we need this sugar juice, whatever you want to call it. But we also need to leave some space to ferment. Okay, that looks good. Have some of this. And I think that should be enough space to let it ferment. And then here's some juice left to dry from the juicer. Oh, that's lovely. That would be lovely if it was cold. Okay, I'm gonna put probably a tip. Hang on, we need to take a reading first. We need to take a reading. Okay, let's take a reading with the hydrometer. Come on, give me a good reading. 1.50. Right, that's not much. That's going to be around 6%, maybe even 5. Let's do some quick maths. Okay, so this will work out at 6.5%. I think I'll put a little bit more in there, try and bump it up to about 7.5, maybe 8%. So, yeah, we'll get a bit of sugar in there. Okay, so I've poured some into the pan. I'm going to add some sugar to it. There we go. Get that on the boil, let it cool down, and we'll put it back in and then take another reading. And while we are waiting for that sugar, well, while we are waiting for this sugar to dissolve, let's have a taste of this. It smells very tropically, mostly orange, but also like you can smell tropical fruits and stuff. And very, very sweet, very, very tropically. But the yeast will take the sweetness away, because what yeast basically does, it eats the sugar and converts it into alcohol. So all of that sweetness, not all of it will go. You know, you'll get replaced by, you know, basically you'll be able to taste alcohol and a little bit of sweetness. It won't be like an overly sugary drink like it is now. Okay, so now we are at 1.060, which is 7.5%. So here we go. I'm going to put the yeast in. Okay, so here we have some turbo yeast. This ferments within 24 hours to 48 hours, as opposed to regular brewing yeast, which takes from a week up to 2 weeks, sometimes even a bit longer than 2 weeks. So this is basically yeast with added nutrients, vitamins and minerals, if I remember correctly. So I'm just going to put a tablespoon into here. Put a tablespoon here. Okay, here we go. Try not to spill any of it. Yeah, I've already spilled some. Okay, we'll put that in there. I'm going to clean up, and then we need to give this a shake. And instead of using an airlock, you can just put the cap on and just twist it a little bit, not all the way, just a little bit so the gases can escape. And you see, the good thing about these plastic bottles is, you know, you can just chuck them in the bin, as opposed to like a glass demijohn, which is a pain in the ass to clean. You know, you're better off just using a plastic bottle, 5 litre plastic bottle, instead of using an airlock, which is also a pain in the ass to clean. Just put the cap on and twist it a little bit, and you can just chuck this in the bin once it gets, you know, once you're done with it. Okay, there we go. Now just need to put this somewhere warm, and then in 2 days we'll have some alcohol. Pardon me, Jay. Pardon. Okay, so the yeast is doing its job. You see it all bubbling up and forming up, and also you can hear, I don't know if you can hear that on the camera, but you can hear like a fizzing noise from the bubbles, and like sort of like a little hissing noise coming from out of the cap. Now that's pressure. That would usually go up and through the airlock, but like I said earlier, it's just coming out of the cap. So yeah, considering the yeast is doing a very good job already, I think this will be done with 2 days. So we'll check back tomorrow.